Good morning, and what an amazing morning it is this morning, Facebook people. And I really had something I wanted to get off my chest today. I'm feeling a little bit triggered just lately. So I've been involved in a new opportunity because I believe it can actually genuinely give back to people, you know, where they've had difficult times in opportunities that you can actually create wealth in this opportunity. But I'm not here to talk about that. That's not what I'm here about. I brought that up because obviously I've been putting out more posts on my timeline about it, and, you know, without spamming, but I've been talking about it because I wanted to share it, of course, you know, because one of the things I believe in as a marketer is that, you know, I'm not going to apologise for sharing stuff that I think is going to help other people. And hey, Delroy, you are my faithful fan, aren't you? You're always jumping on my lives. Thank you. I do appreciate you. So just lately on my posts, I've been getting a real lot of hating crap, and I'm just going to put it out there. And, you know, these are some of the things that have been said to me. You're not a real entrepreneur. You're just an opportunist. What you're doing is bullshit, and you're just trying to make money off me. Lovely. Now, if that was coming from someone who maybe wasn't in the opportunity market, or, you know, not someone, because obviously as entrepreneurs, we build our circle, don't we, of fellow entrepreneurs as well. No, these are people who are in the businesses. And I'm a little bit blown away by this, you know, this attitude basically. And I want to address it because, you know, my mum said to me, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. And that has always been my policy. I've seen, you know, opportunities online that people have talked about, products, and I'm a bit, don't know about that one. But, you know, each to their own. I'm not going to jump on their post and run them down and run their business down because, frankly, to my mind, that's unprofessional. Okay, if I really felt strongly about something, I would actually message them and say, look, I'm just saying this as a friend, you know, I'm not sure this is maybe legit or something like that, but I would say it from a heartfelt place, not a place of venom, not a place of hate. Come on, people, you know, we are better than this. Am I right? And I'm sure, you know, if you are watching this, if you've jumped on this, you might have experienced some of this yourself. And I just think, why would you do to someone else what you wouldn't like to have done to yourself? Okay, I am a little bit triggered by it. I'm a little bit angry, but I also know that when people write this stuff on your profiles or on your posts, and this is where I want to just say to you guys, you know, sometimes it's personal, sometimes it really hurts, but you've got to let it go, right? Because what they write is actually a reflection of who they are. It is not a reflection of who you are. And just maintain that level of dignity. It's not about you. It's absolutely 100% about the person writing the comment. Now, for me, most of the time I just delete and block because I just don't want anything to do with that kind of negativity. It's not worth engaging even. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I really want to impress upon you that where they're coming from, you know, maybe there's jealousy involved. Maybe they just see you and you know, that something about you triggers something in them. That's what it's about. So they feel they have to write something pretty horrible on your posts. And I just really wanted to address that. It's not you. And can I just address the first one on that list as well? If you are in an MLM opportunity, an online opportunity, you know, any of these where you are working someone else's business, you know, I had it said to me, you're just making the man at the top rich. Well, I'm like, well, hang on a second. If I can actually help other people and help other people build wealth, why is that an issue if I make the man who created this incredible system wealthy as well? Why is that an issue for you? That's business. You know, every time you go to the supermarket, you know, Walmart, Tesco's, you buy something there. Guess what you're doing? You're making the man at the top rich, right? It's a business. This is how it works. Now, I would love to have the entrepreneurial panache to be a Richard Branson and create incredible products. I'd love to be the one, for example, the opportunity I'm in, I'd love to be the one who came up with the idea of getting gold into people's actual hands so that everyday people can own gold, who set up a banking infrastructure. Already there are banks open. He's set up a crypto infrastructure. So there is an exchange. The blockchain is coming and there is a crypto, gold-backed crypto. I'd love to be the person to create that. I don't have that kind of, whatever. I mean, I just, I don't have that available to me. However, what I do have is marketing expertise. What I do have is a passion. What I do have is seeing the vision, is joining in the vision. And if it's an issue for you that I'm, partaking in a franchise effectively, because that's what it is, isn't it? It's a franchise of selling someone else's business. Does that not make me an entrepreneur? Because apparently it doesn't. But let me just share something with you, because if I share my screen, I will show you the definition of entrepreneur. Now, just bear with me. An entrepreneur is a person who sets up a business or businesses taking on financial risks in the hope of profit. It doesn't say anything about creating that business. It doesn't say anything about being the thought leader behind the business. It's got nothing to do with that. The fact is, I have run a photography business. I have run a chauffeur business. I didn't create the model. I didn't come up with the notion of being a wedding photographer or a portrait photographer. I didn't make the camera. I didn't make the car or come up with the idea of chauffeuring people around. Does that make me any less the entrepreneur? No, it makes me a risk taker. And that's exactly what I did. I took on financial risk with every single one of my businesses. And that is what makes you an entrepreneur. Right? Is that you are taking the risk, that you're putting yourself out there. Even if it's not financially, and let me just go back to, there we go. Even if it's not financially that you're taking the risk, quite often you are putting yourself out there with vulnerability and saying, this is what I'm doing. And I want to share this with you because I believe it could empower you. I believe it could change your life. Right? And that makes you a badass. That makes you a badass warrior because you're doing it. You're not accepting the status quo. You are getting stuck in. You are following your heart. You're doing what you believe in, right? And don't let any of those other bastards get you down. All right? Are you still here, Delroy? I really wanted to do that and rally it. Oh, thanks, Delroy. Yeah. And bless your heart. Yeah, can I just address the second thing that was on the list, which was you're just an opportunist. And that came from someone who I've now deleted and blocked also, who actually joined one of my teams. And always when someone's joined my team, I do my best to support them and show them how to market properly and all this kind of thing. I do my best. And that's what we're all here doing, isn't it? We're doing our best. Now, I always find it a little bit ironic when someone who does opportunities calls you an opportunist. Isn't that a little hypocritical? If someone jumped into an opportunity I was in because they saw my success and thought, I want a piece of that, that actually is more opportunist than me saying, I can see opportunity here. I really want to work this business. I'm aligned. I feel authentic in promoting this because I have a true belief and passion behind what I'm doing. That's not opportunistic. Opportunistic is following the dollar, okay? And if you're following the dollar, then you are opportunistic. However, if you're following your heart and you're following, an authentic path that feels good for you, that's not opportunistic because, you're not actually thinking of yourself. You are actually putting other people first. And that's exactly where I'm at. It's where I've always been at. When I was successful in Super Affiliate Network, it wasn't because I was talking about the money I was making. It's because I was passionate about the education that people were getting. Because it was the first time I had ever seen online marketing put together in a boot camp that made sense to me. And I hadn't been on the scene for very long, and that's what I talked about with a passion. And at the time, I had no idea what I was doing, in a sense that so many people were going to come and join on the back of what I was saying. That wasn't my motivation, because the boot camp was only $1, you see. So it was just amazing value. But that's what happened. That's what happened. Now, I'm not going to lie. There were times when, you go in this cycle of all of a sudden, you kind of go, oh my gosh, I'm making all this money. And then it does come a little bit about the money, but you go full cycle and you get back to your heart and you find that authenticity. Do you know what, guys? We're human beings. We are human beings. And at the end of the day, if you're heart driven, you're authentic, and you just want the best, you're doing your best, and you are actually trying to help other people, you're not an opportunist. You're a good person. And you are putting yourself outside of your comfort zone. You are spending money. You are taking risks to show other people, look, I'm doing this. You could do this too. Where should you buy traffic to your offer? I don't know, my darling. I don't really sell traffic. I don't really do traffic in that sense. I'm more of I prefer to attract traffic. That's more what I'm about. I've always been an attraction marketer. I've always put my authentic message out there, and that's what's brought people into my world. So every time I've paid for traffic, it's never worked out for me, and I'm going to put that out there. Whether it's Facebook, whether it was solo ads, I never saw the sort of success I've seen than when I am just speaking my authentic truth online, in posts, in live videos. So yeah, sorry, I can't really help you there, because I've really failed with paid traffic, and this is how I do business, because I actually only want to connect with individuals who get me, who get my message, and who feel, they know they're in good hands with me, basically. And Verna, how lovely to see you too. And I'm so pleased to see you're doing so well for yourself as well now. That's awesome. I'm truly happy for you. So yes, when you're coming from a place of authenticity, when you feel aligned with what you're doing, and in your heart, this is great, this is really something important to share with people, just stick with it. Don't give up because of the haters, right? As I said earlier, you have triggered something inside of them, and they are responding to who they are, not who you are, right? That's all it is. The things they say is always more about the person saying it, not the person they're saying it to. It doesn't make it any less hurtful. I'm not trying to take that away, but try not to dwell on it. Delete, block, and forget about it. It's not you, all right? It's not you. What you're doing is amazing. What you're doing is brave. What you're doing is stepping out your comfort zone. What you're doing is taking risk. And if those people aren't willing to do that, then that's their lot. That's their lot. And that's fine. And you know what? I actually send love to those people, because I kind of feel sorry for them, because there's something really kind of exciting and invigorating about being an entrepreneur, and about putting yourself a little bit out there and risking. It's exciting, it's nerve-wracking. Sometimes I've been plain scared that something might not work out, and at times it hasn't. Royally, failed. But isn't that how we learn? Isn't that how we improve? Isn't that how we get better? Anyway, I'm not here to preach that, because I know you guys already know that. I know you guys, but I just wanted to say you're awesome. Don't stop doing what you're doing, even if you're like part of a franchise of somebody else's business. It doesn't matter. You are still an entrepreneur, and you are still putting yourself out there and taking risks. All right, pat yourself on the back, and I pat you on your back. Well done. Seriously though, Look in the mirror and be proud of yourself. Even in the hard times, you've kept going. You're still here. You're still doing it. All right. So that is my little rant for the day. That was my little triggered session because I've, been on the receiving end of it, and it's not nice. But, we're all here. So let me know. Give me your comments. Share your experiences, have a little rant in the comments, and you're welcome to join in, and if you're on the replay, and I will see you very, very soon. Take care, my loves. Mwah. Have an amazing day, and I will be back, and I'll get those haters. Bye, guys.